Yes, guys, quickly, hello and very good evening to all of you. Hello, Rania Center, hello, Sipat Center, and hello, Bilaspur Center. Okay, guys, quickly grab your seat because we have to do till an extent, jahan tak hum kar sakte hain, we have to do this chapter, biodiversity. Okay? Alright, everybody seated, please let me know. Sab log apne jagah mein hai, please let me know, guys, because I have to start with this topic. Though this topic is very, what I would say, lazy chapter, but yes, we have to do this chapter, okay? I know this chapter is not that difficult, but yes, the moment you open up the notes and start going through it, you feel a bit sleepy or dizzy. I know this chapter is like that, okay? So let's start with your biodiversity. Let me tell you what does biodiversity all deals with. Sorry, my voice is a bit low, okay? When we talk about biodiversity deals with, remember, if you know that we might have done your the zoological parks, protected areas, the species, in that particular, say for example, Amazon forest is there, what kind of species inhabit there. Similarly, if there is a savanna and everything, these are the ones which we will be doing in this biodiversity chapter. Okay, now let's start writing down. I have your book also, so I'm going through your book also and see the things which are not there. I will write it down for you, okay? So let's see your book also. Okay, let's see what do we have. Oh yes, and one more thing. Guys, I will be writing down the notes here for you of biodiversity chapter. Also, I will be sharing some file with you so that you have a file like we have ecosystem. Same like ecosystem, आपके पास एक और file होगा. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. Just give me a sec. I have requested sir to share that file with you, okay? आवाज़ थोड़ा धीरे धीरे है. Okay, I'm gonna send the file, the biodiversity file. So in that biodiversity file, you will all have the file so that you don't have to note it down. Okay? By looking at certain sections, मैं आपको बताते जाऊँगी कौन कौन सा कितना important है. Alright, guys? Just give me a second. Yes, sir. When we talk about biodiversity is an interrelationship between the species and along with its environment. That is the reason आपने देखा है nowadays when the environment changes, species are also the one which we are getting as a variant species. Okay, I would not say as a mutation, but I would use the proper term which is called as an adaptation. Alright, guys. So now you will be having the file with you. I will be showing you some of the structures on those files which are very important. Okay, guys, can you see this? Guys, this is biodiversity that we have. The major things that you need to go through this biodiversity, I will be telling you. I want all of you to please clearly monitor the screen, okay? And the things which are, जो अगर आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, please do let me know, okay? I am right now out of ज़्यादा तेज voice, इसलिए I'm using the word file, so that अगर मैं कुछ बोलती हूँ, if you are not able to get that thing, you can actually go through these slides and आपको problem नहीं होगा. Okay, let's start with the biodiversity. As the name suggests, video stop. Are like all the centers facing the same problem? Wait guys, wait. Okay guys, it's okay if there is a problem. If there is a problem, don't worry, okay? Things will be sorted out. Okay, let's start with the biodiversity, okay? When we are talking about biodiversity, as the name suggests, bio means living organisms, and diversity means how they adapt with the nature. Biodiversity, living organisms, how they adapt with the nature. Nature means, remember, we have done ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem, if you remember. Terrestrial and aquatic system, which is the major biome, major home for all these organisms. If they are together, then the complete array or the complete association is generally known as biodiversity. The first biodiversity that we are talking about, I want you to pay attention here. A simple fair idea. According to IUCN, that was 2004 when they formulated this one. That time they have found approximately 1.5 million. But yes, when we talk about their approximation, every calculation with regards to, or every data with regards to biodiversity, they are always found in approximation value. Okay, this is just good to know information. I'll tell you what you have to read now. These are the one that I was talking about. Remember, I was talking about the species relationship. Yes, so in order to understand biodiversity carefully, we have to understand two major diversity. One is your genetic diversity, the other one is your species diversity. When we say diversity, diversity means richness. If I say genetic richness, genetic diversity, species richness, species diversity. Of course, richness means with respect to that particular area, how many species are present. Okay, let's take some good examples. As you can see it here, the genetic variation of Rauwolfia vomitoria growing in different Himalaya regions might be in terms of potency and concentration of the active chemical resveratrol that plant produces. That means wherever these plants are growing, Rauwolfia are growing, of course on the basis of the soil composition and their genetic diversity, they will be releasing a chemical but of a slight different composition. Okay, the concentration also varies a lot. Guys, I want all of you to look through. Yes, there is a problem right now, agreed. I want all of you, the link that has been shared by sir, please click on that link and you can see the video. Okay, And yes, of course, this word file has been sent to you, so that if the video also gets stuck, you don't have to panic. It is there in your group. You can open it up and can see it also. And don't worry, the file that I've just sent it here, I'll send them in your WhatsApp group also. Okay? Now is everybody online? Everybody can see? Okay, guys, I like, if everybody now they can see, please let me know, guys, because I will be telling you, I will be asking questions. If I don't get the response, then there is no point of keeping a class like this. Yeah, Bilaspur Center is writing something. Is everything working at your end, guys? Okay, let's start. Okay, now you have, I want all of you to pay attention on the board that you see this slide. I will be telling you bullet things, and those bullet things I will be asking you at the end of the class also. Just see where the cursor is moving. आप ये देखो कि cursor कहाँ move हो रहा है. Western Ghats have greater amphibian species diversity as compared to Eastern Ghats. These are the ones which are of bullet point. I will send it. I'll send the file in the group. Don't worry. Okay. All right. We have talked about genetic and species diversity, but when we talk about your genetic and species diversity, we also have to talk about community and ecosystem diversity. Community and ecosystem. Remember, be it genetics or be it species, they have to be in correlation with the environment. They have to be in correlation with the environment. Okay, so now we have to talk about community and ecosystem diversity. When we are talking about community or ecosystem diversity, if you remember, in the ecosystem it was mentioned grassland ecosystem or food chain, grassland food chain, parasitic food chain. Remember? Yes, this is what we are talking about. Now let's see. I want you to pay attention on these three structures. When we talk about community or ecosystem diversity, they have been majorly categorized into three major divisions: alpha, beta and gamma diversity. Alpha, beta and gamma diversity. Alpha means with respect to organisms, beta between the community, and gamma particular area, habitats, regional. Okay, alpha means simple, among the organisms. Okay, beta, that means between the communities, and gamma means particular area, geographical area. Gamma particular geographical area में what is the species richness. Okay. So let's talk about alpha. When we are talking about alpha, as you can see, alpha is the number of given of species for that particular community. Say for example, very vague example, like penguins are there. Penguins, if they are the inhabitant of Antarctic zone, of course their diversity, their species will be more in number. But when we talk about beta diversity, that means between the two communities or various communities. That means we are talking about the change in habitat. Change in habitat. First they were living here, but due to some XYZ reasons, they were moved to another part of area. So now they will see how they are going to adapt, how they are going to survive there. Okay? Then we have your final gamma diversity. When I say gamma, gamma means particular to that biome, particular to that area. Okay? That is the reason it simply says gamma diversity. It represents the total richness of species, in all the habitats found in that particular region or geographical area. Okay, I want all of you to please go through alpha, beta and gamma, then I'll ask you a question. Quickly go through these three, okay, and then I will be asking you questions so that these three concepts are clear to you. And you should also know that Indian ecosystem is richest in all the diversity. It is the richest in all the diversity because they find variant temperature, humidity, vegetation, different kind of vegetation, different kind of humidity, different kind of temperature they found in India. That is the reason it is always said that India is the richest source of when it comes to diversity with regard to flora and fauna. Flora and fauna के regard में diversity जितना rich है, मतलब tropical rainforest is there, but it is for particular organism. लेकिन आपने अगर बहुत सारे diversity देखनी है, then you need to go to India. Okay? Sorry for this bad voice. Okay, please let me know once you are done with this. Guys, once you have read alpha, beta and gamma, please let me know. Guys, have you done this? Please let me know once you have done this alpha, beta and gamma. Have you done this alpha, beta, gamma? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna slide it further down. Can you see this structure? Alpha community, beta community, and then you have your gamma community. If I'm talking about a particular region, am I talking alpha, beta or gamma? Alpha, beta or gamma, if I'm talking about particular region. Very good. If I'm talking about one or two communities, means पहले वो यहाँ रहते थे, फिर वो यहाँ गए, तो उसकी वजह से जो changes आए, what am I talking about? Alpha, beta or gamma? Between communities. Very good, Bilaspur Center, very good. And now when I'm talking about everything in consideration, habitat, environment, organisms, everything when I'm talking about alpha, beta or gamma. Beta, when I talk about alpha means only one particular structure I am considering. अगर मैं देख रही हूँ ये species और ये habitat है, तो I am talking about one relationship. एक species और उसका habitat, उसके बीच में relationship. But जब सब देखना है, everything I am looking at along with the alpha and beta, that means कितने species है उस particular area में, कितने सारे species है उस particular geographical area में, और कितने सारे habitats होंगे. ठीक है? Okay, guys, for your NEET also, this one is very important. Patterns of biodiversity. This formula is very important. Okay, it is there in your NCERT also, but some incomplete information is given, so इसलिए आपको अच्छे से करना है. When we talk about patterns of biodiversity, we have to do your latitudinal and altitudinal gradient. What do you mean by this? Okay, we all know that सबसे ज़्यादा rich in diversity is your Amazon forest. You know this? Amazon forest. So your tropical Amazon rainforest has the richest source of diversity, which is of course in South Africa. Can you see here? It has a very wide varieties of plants, species of fishes, mammals, everything that you say. It has a wide variety of species there in your Amazon rainforest. Okay. Now in this, what do we have to read? I'll tell you. This region, you have to read this region. Reasons behind maximum biological diversity. Diversity means, can I relate diversity to evolution? Can I relate diversity to evolution? Can I relate diversity to evolution? Of course, very much. Okay, I have to understand why I'm getting so much of diversification, so much of evolutionary history, so much of diversity, from where it happens. These are the three main areas: prolonged evolutionary time, constant environment, and high productivity. Okay, let's see, what do we mean by this? Very good, Bilaspur Center, very good, Rania Center, keep it up. Okay, now let's see further. Agar you know, the formation of new species is actually known as speciation. Okay, speciation is generally a function of time. Unlike temperature, regions subjected to frequent glaciation in the past changes, tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years, and thus had a long evolutionary time for species diversification. All of a sudden ऐसा नहीं है कि 1 साल 2 साल के अंदर you will keep on getting new species. No, it is a very long process. That is the reason it is written prolonged evolutionary time. Audio. What happened, Dimapur Center? My voice is low. Did you go through that link which sir has sent? There is a link, you need to click on that link, and then through that you have to see this video. Please see, guys, because the link has been shared to you and you have to go there and then you have to watch the video. I'll tell you, glaciations, I'll tell you. Dimapur Center, is your problem sorted? Please let me know. Center, is everything okay at your end? Please let me know. Glaciers, beta. See, I'll tell you. Subject to frequent glaciation in the past. When we talk about glaciation, okay, that means if I would say, I will put it correctly like this. When your ice glaciers, they move. Ice glaciers, when they move, जैसे जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है, धीरे धीरे वो नीचे आता जा रहा है, that is known as your glaciation. Okay, so these are the regions that we have to be very thorough with. Okay, so the first thing that we need to talk about, that what is the main reason behind to this biological diversity. Okay, इतना सारा diverse organisms with respect to that one particular area, क्यों इतना सारा variance है? Okay, first one we have done. Second one is constant environment. Do you know the constant environment? When we talk about, we have to deal with temperature, humidity, okay, and the natural vegetation present around. Some constant environments promote niche specialization and lead to a greater species diversity. If the temperature remains constant, okay, ज़्यादा कुछ change ऊपर नीचे नहीं होता, then yes, you will get more diversified organisms. But if it keeps on fluctuating, then what happens? First of all, कुछ ऐसे organisms होंगे which will be speciation के through नए organisms बनेंगे, and some of the organisms will be like that they will be going back into the evolutionary history. Okay. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. When we talk about your evolutionary constant temperature, that means environment constant रहेगा. जब environment constant रहता है तो particular organism को और diversified होने के लिए space मिल जाता है. Niche is a place. Niche भी बोलते हैं, niche भी बोलते हैं. That is a home or a house. Okay, हाँ, और एक और चीज़, remember guys, plants are very much necessary for diversification, because when we talk about diversification, we are talking about flora and fauna both. तो जितना ज़्यादा variant species होंगे, जितने ज़्यादा solar radiation मिलेगा, उतना ज़्यादा new species would be formed. More photosynthesis will occur. Higher productivity rate. More solar radiation, more photosynthesis, more productivity, it will contribute directly for diversity. ठीक है? Guys, can you go through these three? I will ask questions. Can you please go through these three? I'll ask questions. Guys, cannot you see this PDF right now? Yes, the PDF would be sent to you. The PDF would be sent to you. Don't worry about it. The moment I finish this class, I'll send the PDF in the group, okay? This was nothing. These are the things which I just need to understand. Now these are the thing that we'll be doing. वो थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़ना है. Species, can you see it where it is? Not able to use the mouse here. Okay. Species area relationship. Okay. Species area relationship was given by Alexander von Humboldt. ये अच्छे से याद रखना. Why? Because what happened? People now started giving out cross breeding programs. लोगों ने varieties improve करने के लिए, diversification को और बड़ा करने के लिए, what they started doing, they started cross breeding programs like potato का, Oryza sativa का, tomato का. They started making a new variety of species. Okay, in order to increase that particular, say for example tomato है, tomato का species बढ़ाने के लिए और tomato का genus बढ़ाने के लिए, what they started doing, they started cross breeding programs. Can you tell me one thing? When these cross breeding programs are happening, are these cross breeding programs beneficial for human use or they are harmful for the ecosystem? क्या ये cross breeding programs या फिर newly developed programs बनाते हैं, are they gonna be harmful for us or useful for us? और ecosystem को क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा इससे? Beneficial for us, but what happens to the ecosystem? Absolutely correct, absolutely correct. Rania Center and Bilaspur Center, yes. Guys, I have given some examples here. This is what I was talking about. I want all of you to please go through these examples. These are very simple examples. So it was Humboldt who domesticated, Humboldt actually domesticated species. I want you to go through this one that I'm talking about. Disturb ecosystem, agreed. But now I want you to read just certain examples, because after reading these examples now I'll be putting back to your species area relationship. अभी सिर्फ ये पढ़ना है. अब मैं आपको species area relationship बताऊंगी. Then I'm gonna ask few questions on that. Just only 1, 2 and 3 examples. That's it. Just only 1, 2 and 3 line. That's it. Done. Let me get back to species area relationship. Okay. Let's do a species area relationship. I wanted to look into the graph. That's it. Only looking into the graph. If you look at the graph, this side shows your richness in species. This one is your with respect to that particular area. अगर एक particular area, say for example there is Agra, if Agra is rich in, say for example, cows, so with that particular area कितने cows per area में मिलते हैं. Okay, this is a normal calculation. But now let's talk about what do we mean by this. Please pay attention onto the scale. Okay, if you look at the scale, the relationship between species richness and area is actually turned out to be rectangular hyperbola. Do not forget this line. This line is very important. The species richness with respect to a particular area generally shows a hyperbola rectangle or rectangular hyperbola. हमेशा याद रखना rectangular hyperbola. In order to make you understand more on this, a simple logarithmic analysis has been given to you, which is log s is equal to log c plus z log a. S being species richness, this is what we are talking about. Z is the slope or the regression coefficient, and C is y-intercept while A is the area. When we talk about regression coefficient, which means regression coefficient, now listen to this very carefully. When the species area relationship is considered for a very large area, say for example the whole continent, regression coefficient comes to have a value itna se itna. Say for example, if frugivorous birds and mammals of tropical forests of different continents, the slope is found to be itna. So this is something, a vague analysis data has been given to you. It varies every time because of course आपको पता चलता है. If right now if I am watching a frugivore bird, if I am watching 100 of them, then yes, with respect to that मैं predator और prey को count करूँगी. So this is general information given to you कि कभी भी अगर आपको Humboldt वाला species area relationship, if you have to study this, you have to understand that species area relationship which was given by Humboldt. It is always a rectangular hyperbola which is denoted by a logarithmic value. Log s is equal to log c plus z log a. That's it, nothing else on this. Are we good on this or not, guys? Please let me know. अगर कम्युनिटीज़ के पास ज़्यादा स्पीसीज़ होगी, will it be balanced or disbalanced? That means in a community, if more species are there, will it be a stable form of ecosystem or unstable? अगर species richness ज़्यादा है, तो वैसा ecosystem stable होगा या unstable? Very good, very good. Can you tell me this? How a biodiversity is lost? Can you tell me how a biodiversity is lost? Can you tell me how biodiversity is lost? Simple examples. Can you tell me how biodiversity is lost? Quickly, who's gonna tell me how biodiversity gets lost? Very good, Dimapur Center. Excellent answer. Actually, very good. That means you are talking about overexploitation. Very good. Alien species invasion. Overexploitation, alien species invasion, habitat loss, and co-extinctions. Natural calamity, very good, guys. Okay, keep that hold to you. Loss of, can you see here? Loss of biodiversity. How does loss of biodiversity happens? या तो naturally, either mass means सब एक साथ, or anthro. Remember anthropogenic मैंने आपको बताया था, man made. So this is the factor. Guys, ये आपको अच्छे से याद होना चाहिए. Evil quartet. This is the question of your need. Evil quartet. Evil quartet, that means habitat loss, overexploitation, alien invasion, and alien species invasion, and co-extinctions. This is very important. Once you are able to take a print out of this, जो मैंने बोला उसको अच्छे से underline करना. Okay? Guys, are these 4 points clear to you? Please let me know. Co-extinction, एक साथ extinct हो जाना. If they are dependent on a food chain, then वो एक साथ extinct होते हैं. That is co-extinction. Okay, alright guys, I'll be showing you something. I want all of you to just go through it and please ask any questions if you have any problem. First I want you to read these 3 lines, okay? 3 paragraphs, 1, 2 and 3. You have any questions, just ask me. Just quickly, एक reading होता है ना, just a reading. Please do that reading. Simultaneously, I want you guys to see this also. Just simple. You don't have to learn anything. Just go through it like a simple example. You guys, have you heard of this? Endangered species, extinct species, vulnerable species. Have you done this? Extinct species, vulnerable species. Endangered. So this is a simple thing which you have already done. So this chapter is simple, very simple. Only the topics that are of utmost importance, they are the one which I'm gonna discuss with you. ये सारा आप घर में notes में पढ़ सकते हो, ठीक है? There is nothing to be discussed in it. If there is any example which you fail to understand, click a photograph and then send it to me. Okay? Let's move थोड़ा आगे. You might have heard about red data book, guys. You might have heard about red data book. Red data book कब पढ़ा था? I think 7th में 8th में किसी में पढ़ा था ना chapter में, class में 7th 8th something like that. Red data book, yeah. So it's simple like that. These are the terms which are very important. I think ये आपने पढ़ा भी है. In situ conservation, hotspots. Okay, नहीं पढ़ा तो let's do it. It's okay. You haven't heard about red data book? Rania Center, have you never heard of red data book, beta? Rania Center, you want me to tell you about red data book? Let me know, Rania Center, if you want me to give you description of red data book, then I'll tell you. Okay? कोई ऐसा नहीं, ज़रूरी नहीं सब आना चाहिए. नहीं आता तो please let me know. Red data book, just let me know. Okay. Beta, red data book is that it's not actually a book, I would say. It's a database. Okay. That book or that database generally comprises of all the information updated so far about endangered species, threatened species, how many species are vulnerable. So everything is mentioned in that book. Can you see it here? They have the information about extinct, endangered, vulnerable, rare, insufficiently known species also. जैसे अगर black leopard है, black panther है, so they are coming under the endangered. Extinct means जैसे dodo bird है, वो तो mammoth है, वो सारा extinct हो गया है. But the ones which are endangered, it will have a complete idea to tell you कि हाँ इतने से इतने species endangered है. इतने ये पहले species मिलते थे, ये पहले species इसलिए now they are no more here, so they will become extinct. Is this thing clear? Is this thing clear, Rania Center, about red data book? Please let me know. Rania Center, please let me know. Is this the explanation of red data book clear to you or not? If it not, let me know. I'll explain this thing again. मेरा voice ही faint हो रहा है. That's the reason I've given. AV not okay. Alright, let's sort this thing out. Okay, give me a second. Beta, you need to click on to that link, okay, and through that you can watch our session so that it doesn't stuck in between. Okay? All right. Wait. There's again a problem. It's okay, guys. It will be sorted out. Just give some time, okay? Give some time. It will be sorted out. Kids, is everything okay now? Please let me know. Kids, is everything okay or not? Please let me know, guys. Yeah, I believe everything is okay now. Okay, good. Everything good? Alright, excellent. Guys, now I want you to again focus on to the board because it has some very important information. Yes, of course, if it's a biodiversity, I need to conserve it. But how can I conserve it? I can conserve it in two forms. Either I can do in situ conservation or ex situ conservation. In situ conservation or ex situ conservation. For your better understanding, because my voice is not that good audible to you, it is written here. In situ conservation means on-site conservation to that protected area. उसी area को protect कर लो. Like say for example, if that particular area is rich in certain diversity, if that particular area is rich in penguins, that means I'm talking about Antarctic zone. So why don't I do an in situ conservation? Because of course I cannot take them outside somewhere. Okay. Simultaneously, there are two types of in situ conservation. One is your hotspot, the other one is your protected areas. When we talk about hotspot, that means that one is very much rich in, my voice is going again. Okay. Hotspot. Okay. Alright. Just give me a second. I'm trying to move the mouse here. Okay, if you can see hotspot, these are the areas of high density of biodiversity which, say for example, there are certain threatened or the endangered species. So the best way to conserve them is to make an in situ conservation. In situ conservation. Okay. In situ ecologically hotspots are determined by 4 factors. How can we say that that particular area is a hot spot and it needs in situ conservation? First, I need to check what is the number of variety of species present there. How many of them are endangered, threatened? How many of them are at the verge of exploitation? That means hunting them down, or you would say poaching or predators. So on the basis of these criteria, I will put a remark that yes, it needs in situ conservation. It's a hot spot. So is there any problem in hot spot, guys? Any problem in hot spots? Just go through this hot spot. Just go through hot spot, then I'll discuss it. These are general reading. If you just go through this one, you will understand each and every concept. कोई इतना hard chapter नहीं है ये. Very important, protected areas. Protected areas are the one when I'm talking with respect to geographical areas. With respect to geographical areas. Okay? They say you have your Thar desert, hot desert, wetland areas. Can you see it here, guys? National parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves. Guys, if you remember in your 8th standard, there was a chapter known as some conservation. Remember in 8th standard, there was a chapter known as conservation. याद है? Bio में. You guys remember or not? Conservation, remember? Hey Ram, 8th का भी याद नहीं. I'll tell you, in that chapter there was a chapter called as conservation. In that chapter it has all biosphere reserves, natural resources, names of various extinct endangered species. Very good, Dimapur Center. हाँ, same वही है, but थोड़ा सा elevated level है. This is something which you have to learn. I cannot help in it. I'll give you some examples. Can you see here? Okay. I'll just move the slide up. At the end of the class, I'll give you this slide. You have to learn few of them and then I'll ask questions. Okay? This is something which you have already done, but I'll give you a quick review. When I talk about biosphere reserve means protecting, preserving a genetic diversity. Protecting or preserving a genetic diversity. Say for example, Andaman Nicobar Islands. You know that in Andaman Nicobar Islands, there are certain people, okay, there are certain areas which are still protected. Our biosphere reserve is there, agreed, but there are certain areas in which human entrance is not allowed. Human entrance means to normal public it is not allowed. There are some protected areas which are specially dedicated to the authorities only. ठीक है, अब मैं बताती हूँ कौन से zone. Do you remember this diagram? If you remember, it's okay, not necessarily you should know the diagram. आता है तो आता, नहीं आता तो कोई tension नहीं. हाँ. Biosphere reserve generally has 3 major zones. ध्यान से सुनना. Core, buffer, transition. Okay? When we talk about core means inside, सबसे अंदर का. Okay? उसके बाहर वाला होता है buffer. Then at the outermost is your transition zone. The outermost is your transition zone. Transition zone is that particular area in which, yes, people do reside, they live, they grow their livelihood and everything. Forest, agriculture, tourism, everything is allowed in that particular transition zone. But when it comes to buffer zone, okay, buffer zone is the one which is limited to human activities. Yes, it is always open for educational studies, any developmental structure, anything, it is there. But for normal human usage, it is not there. Yes, one most important thing is your core zone. Core zone, undisturbed, legally protected area. Core zone, undisturbed, legally protected area. Undisturbed, legally protected area, no human activity. No human activity. Buffer में limited zone. Yes, educational tours can happen here. When it comes to transition zone, complete human activity, tourist, vegetation, everything is there in transition zone. Are these 3 zones clear to you guys? Are these 3 zones clear to you guys? Okay, I will show you the picture of it, okay? This is the one. What is the need of preserving these habitats? Biosphere reserve, hotspots, protected areas, sanctuaries. Why do I need to build all these? Why do we need to build all these? Biosphere reserves, sanctuaries, national parks, your hotspots, your what else? Protected areas. Why do I need to make all of them? Very good, to protect the biodiversity. Excellent, Bilaspur Center. Guys, these are the certain names of biosphere reserves of India, which are also very important, especially when you are giving the AIMS examination. Because AIMS has one special alag se concept. They might be very useful for the GK also. Okay? Are we good? Sacred groves. Okay, there are particular some places in India, especially in India, where there are some places that have some sacred patches. Sacred patches means particular tribal communities reside there. Okay, that's the reason. Can you see? Sacred forest and lakes are forest patches around all ways of worship which are held in high esteem by tribal areas. Do you know that I just mentioned Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there still tribal zone is there. Tribal zone is there, which is the main core zone in which no human activity is allowed. Now understood? Similarly, there are some places in Karnataka, Maharashtra and Rajasthan where some places are considerably given as a sacred grove. ठीक है? In situ पढ़ा, अब ex situ पढ़ते हैं. Ex situ means normal habitat से बाहर. Normal habitat से बाहर. Ex situ conservation. Say for example in your park, can you see botanical garden, zoological park, etc. Especially when we talk about your zoological park, which is your zoo. In that zoo you will see elephant, tiger, panther, lion, everything you will see it. But they are not the native of Delhi. They are not the native of Delhi. What you have done? You have done an off-site collection. You have done an off-site collection from a particular area. Because this area is a bit adaptable, so you have taken it from that area and put under a protection, but out from their habitat. Out from their habitat. That is the result. It is known as ex situ conservation. Is this ex situ conservation clear to all of you? Ex situ conservation. Isn't this chapter easy, guys? This chapter easy or hard? Easy. I know it's easy. Okay, if I have collected some samples, in the form of genes, how can I preserve it? How can I preserve it? How can I preserve it? अगर मुझे कोई special gene मिला है, I want to isolate a gene, okay? I want to make a recombinant DNA. तो उसको, okay? Ex situ means normal habitat से बाहर निकाल कर. Normal habitat से बाहर निकाल कर. Say for example, if a tiger is found in some place around your MP, it is very much there. So if I want to preserve it, if I want to increase its number, what I can do? I can bring that particular organism from its habitat and उसको एक normal different habitat में adapt करवाएंगे. जैसे zoological parks है. In zoo, that is zoological park, you will find many variety of species of animals there. Why? Because they have, in order to preserve a species, they have taken it from the habitat. Yes, very good, Bilaspur Center. That means I can cryopreserve it. क्या जो genes मिलेंगे उनको हम cryopreserve कर सकते हैं? Do you know what is cryopreservation? Cryopreservation, guys, know? Cryopreservation पता है? Yes, by freezing it, -20 degrees, -30 degrees. अगर किसी plant का species की varieties मुझे बढ़ानी है, if I want to increase the species of that plant, number of species, तो मैं कौन सा process करूँगी? Increase that particular. T से नाम होता है, T से. Very good, Rania Center. If I want to increase the number of a particular species of plant, what process will I take? What process will be taken further? Tissue culture? Tissue culture? Of course breeding is there, but one of the best technique would be tissue culture. Okay. Okay, guys, now I want all your eyes to be on the screen present, because you will be going through it. We have already done it, remember, in your ecosystem also, and also in your environmental issue also. These names were there. ध्यान से देखो. Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, remember, environmental issues में. So I want you, all of you, to do, just go through it. Just go through it, and then I'll discuss it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just go through this, and I'll discuss it with you guys, okay? सिर्फ ये वाला sheet करना, then I'll discuss. Just go through it, then I will ask questions. I'll discuss with you and ask questions also. few फटाफट हो गया ठीक है very good okay let's discuss it we have been discussing about this Rio de Janeiro which is in Brazil they were the one who first signed about the Convention of Biodiversity Convention on Biological Diversity in May 1994 okay so when we talk about your Earth Summit what do we mean by Earth Summit Earth Summit होता क्या है अच्छा by that time you do this also what do you mean by Earth Summit very good so this is most of them we have already most of it we have already done in environmental issues okay so this is just an normal thing that is given to you. Okay, guys, can everybody open up this on your phone? सब अपने फ़ोन में ये स्लाइड खोल सकते हैं. Can everybody open this one on their respective phone? You want me to send it on the group? Okay, I'll send it on the group. Okay, so right now I'm sending it on the group. So I will be telling you, I will be now taking a quiz. I'm gonna give you only 10 minutes and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna ask. मैं पहले बता देती हूँ मुझे क्या क्या चाहिए. I want these dates. I want these dates. ये dates का होगा test. Biosphere reserves in India. Biosphere reserves in India. Sanctuaries of India. Reserve, sanctuaries. And yes, my favorite, national park. National park, sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. Okay? National park, sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. I'm quickly gonna send it into your WhatsApp group and I'll give you 10 minutes by my watch and I'll ask the quiz. ठीक है? Just give me a sec. Guys, all of you have got this? Okay, I want you to download it and I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Just quickly go through it. Okay, then I'll take a quiz. Alright guys? इस chapter में कुछ बचा भी नहीं है, so why to stretch it like that? Everybody got the PDF? Okay. Can we have the quiz now? I want everybody to close their things. Okay, I need to close it because I have to ask questions, okay? Alright guys, so I will be asking you questions now. I have the question book with me. Yeah. Quickly guys, few more questionnaires here, okay? And then we'll close this one. Okay, first question. This diversity occurs between community diversity. This diversity occurs between community diversity. This diversity occurs between community diversity. Very good, very good. We have Bilaspur set. Let me write it down, Bilaspur. Next question. What is the formula given in order to understand species area relationship? What is the formula in order to understand species area and relationship? जल्दी नोटबुक में लिखकर फोटो क्लिक करके send it to me guys. Very good. Rectangular hyperbola. What is the formula of it? Can you tell me the formula? Arey, remember? Remember this? Very good, Dimapur Center. Excellent, beta. Excellent. Keep it up. So we have Dimapur also one. Very good. Next question. This national park is very rich in tigers, or this national park is very famous. This national park is very famous for tigers. This national park is very famous for tigers. Very good, Bilaspur Center, Jim Corbett Park. Excellent. Next question. This national park is present in Mysore, Karnataka. This national park is present in Mysore, Karnataka. Which national park is this? Which national park is this? Mysore, Karnataka. Which national park is this? अरे जल्दी लिखो. This is present in district Mysore, Karnataka. Which national park is this? Bandipur. Very good, Dimapur Center. So now there is a 5-mark question. I'm going to ask a 5-marker question, which is going to be a tiebreaker to both of you. Let me ask a question, tiebreaker question. Please name the states. Please name the states where these biosphere reserves are present. Listen to me carefully, and then you need to write down the answers in one message and then send it to me. In one message, you need to write down the name of the states. I'm going to tell you about the biosphere. First biosphere, Nanda Devi, Nilgiri, Sundarbans, Manas, Kanchenjunga, Kanchenjunga, Simlipal. Write down and send me the answers. Nanda Devi, Sundarbans, Nanda Devi, Nilgiri, Sundarbans, Manas, Simlipal, Nanda Devi, Nilgiri, Karnataka, Sundarban, West Bengal. Very good. Very good, Dimapur Center. Very good, Assam. Very good, Dimapur Center. Or very good, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. Simlipal. Jaldi, you are about to win. Rania Center. Very good. Quick, guys. Very good, guys. Okay, so I'm very happy everybody has the notes now. So I want all of you to please quickly go through ecology once more, and if you have any doubts, of course I'm present in the WhatsApp group. Click the photograph or send any audio file or anything so that you can ask questions to me. Okay, congratulations, Dimapur Center. And with this happy note, guys, your syllabus of botany of 12th standard is finally complete. Finally complete. Okay, please start doing revision from first chapter of your botany. If you have any doubts on anything, please feel free to ask. Okay, our ecology is complete. That means our complete syllabus is done of botany. अब आपको जो भी doubts होगा, कुछ भी होगा, please make sure you ask in the group. All right. Okay, guys. So with this happy note, all the best. And ma'am, now what? Nothing. Now you have to go home. Okay, and yes, you might have your doubt classes or something like this, so the management team will let you know how to commence the classes. About 11 revision, we'll see it. You have mentioned it in the group, तो हम आराम से देख लेंगे. If there is a need for the 11th revision, of course it will be welcomed. Okay, लेकिन 12th अच्छे से करना. कोई भी doubt होगा, first chapter से करना शुरू करना. If you have any doubts, please let me know. And I have requested, sir, he will be sending you pollination notes. Somebody asked me about the notes, so मैं pollination chapter के notes आपको भेज दूँगी. ठीक है, guys? I'll just go by and see if the PDF is available. I'll send it to you. All right, guys? So till then, good night, guys. Take care. Any doubts of anything? So starting from chapter 1 on 12th, please feel free to ask. Okay, and start revising. You don't have much time left. Okay. Lasper is writing something to me. You're welcome dear. Take care. All the best guys. Give your best. अच्छे से पढ़ना ठीक है. चलो bye guys. Good night.